Why Wang Chuqin lost to Anders Lind in WTT China, Smash 2024. Hello, how are you? I'm EmRatThich. In the WTT China Smash 2024, we witnessed an unexpected upset. World No. 1, Wang Chuqin was knocked out of the men's singles in the round of 32 by Denmark's Anders Lind. Wang Chuqin, known for his powerful forehand and precise backhand, was the top seed in this tournament. But today, he just wasn't himself. He struggled with focus, and his usually sharp game faltered, ultimately succumbing to a 3-1 loss, 13, 11, 9, 11, 11, 6, 11, 7. So what went wrong for Wang Chuqin? The main reason Wang Chuqin lost is that Anders Lind brought a lot of variation into his play. Lind's backhand chop block was particularly difficult for Wang to handle. This is the essence of high-level table tennis: variation and the ability to break your opponent's rhythm. Anders Lind knew that playing a standard game against Wang would result in disaster. As Lind himself said, "If I play backhand, he will destroy me. If I play spin, he will destroy me." So what did Lind do? He brought in something that I often emphasize in my coaching: unpredictability.
I thought, okay, first two sets were close. Let's keep going now, see if we can push him even further. And then I just continue with my little bit weird backhand chops, my little bit weird tempo. And now somehow I won. I cannot believe it. Like, this is it's fucking crazy, really. I'm just gonna go and prepare as I did for this match, because obviously it was a good approach that I had. So I'm just gonna continue with it, keep fighting, keep playing a little bit weird, and hoping that I can win a few more matches here before I go home.
Instead of engaging Wang in conventional rallies, Lind threw in backhand slices with varying spin, disrupting Wang's timing. This type of variation is a nightmare for a top player who thrives on rhythm and speed. It forces mistakes, and Wang made more unforced errors than usual. Anders Lind said, "Normally against most of the other top 10 players, I just go with my normal game, and I've been super close many times. Today, my approach was completely different. I know if I play backhand, he will destroy me. If I play spin, he will destroy me. If I do anything that is considered normal table tennis, he is much better than me. So I just tried to make it very weird for him, make a lot of weird backhand slices with a lot of spin, make serves with a lot of spin to try and make him make some unforced errors." Lind also succeeded with incredible counterattacks on both wings. His forehand and backhand counters were strong and well placed, and when Wang tried to increase his aggression, Lind was ready with an answer. This ability to think outside the box, as Lind described, completely baffled Wang Chuqin. Variation, spin, and unpredictability gave Lind the upper hand. Wang Chuqin is a fantastic player, but when a top player loses, it's often due to a combination of technical and mental factors. Today, Wang wasn't as sharp mentally. Whether it was the pressure of being the world number 1 or just an off day, his focus wavered, and Anders Lind took full advantage. Despite the crowd's effort to rally behind Wang, it wasn't enough to stop Lind from securing a monumental victory. For Wang Chuqin, this defeat should serve as a reminder that even the best must continuously adapt and sharpen their mental game. Anders Lind also confirmed, "It's one of the best feelings. The happiness is unbelievable, really. It is a moment I will cherish for the rest of my life. But not only I will cherish, but will also give me a lot of confidence going forward." Anders Lind also confirmed that many top table tennis players are using illegal serve.
What's up, guys? I just took down the world number 1 at his home soil in China. This moment is the biggest of my life, really, and for all of you supporting me out there, I appreciate it. I will keep fighting and hopefully win more matches down here. See you. Hello guys, and welcome to today's video, where I will be discussing a little bit of a controversial topic, which is the increasing of illegal serves in the pro scene in table tennis. I believe right now, if you look at the men's top 100 or top 150 in the world ranking, 80% of the players have serves that, by the rules in the ITTF handbook regarding services, they are not actually legal. So first of all, I would like to show you to be legal. So a serve like this, of course this is legal because it's basically up and down, but a serve like this is way too much. This is probably like 60 degrees, so this would be incredibly illegal. From the start of service until it is struck, the ball shall be above the level of the playing surface and behind the server's end line, and it shall not be hidden from the receiver by the server or his or her doubles partner or by anything they wear or carry. The ball has to be at all times until struck above the playing level, which is the table. So that means that you cannot take your hand under the table, or when the ball is coming down, you cannot touch it under the table. This is incorrect and should result in an illegal service. But I'm also going to show you something now that can maybe change your opinion a little bit on this specific rule. So now the camera is in an angle that is quite similar to if it's getting live streamed at a WTT event or in a league match. And I'm going to do one of my serves. And it's probably going to look like the ball is getting hidden and that it's falling behind my head. And from this angle, it is. And now from the perspective of a right-handed player receiving a left-handed player's serve, or opposite, a left-handed player receiving a right-handed player's service. And as it's probably looking like, the ball is getting hidden and falling behind my body/head. And from this angle, it is. And now we have the angle if a left-hand player receives a left-handed player's service, or if you did the opposite, right against right, where here we have an open diagonal and the angle to look at the ball is going to be completely different. And as you can probably see, the ball is much more visible, and if it's hidden, it's probably not hidden at all, maybe a very tiny bit, but it's much more from the other two angles you have just watched. And this, I believe, is very weird, because the rules state that you have to serve so that the receiver can see the ball from you toss up the ball, that the ball leaves your racket. But with this rule, that would mean that against a right-handed player, this serve would be illegal, and against a left-handed player, it would be legal. This is completely wrong. It cannot be right in the rules that a serve is allowed against one player but not against another one. The rule needs to have consistency and be the same no matter who is playing against who. Now I've showed you the rules I believe are being abused the most. And as I showed you before and explained, I also showed a little bit on the one rule that I believe is plain right wrong, and it does not make sense to have a rule like that. And I only see two solutions to actually making this illegal serve issue in the pro table tennis scene: to be able to see and then take the serve when you feel it's not correct. So this is how I believe this issue can get a little bit better. And especially when a lot of the best players in the world are serving very illegally. It's also like when then we are players that are young, or let's say 50 in the world, 100 in the world, 200 in the world. How are we supposed to beat them if they are better and at the same time they make illegal serves and they have an unfair advantage? So it is kind of a little bit of a if you jump off a bridge, I'll jump with you kind of situation. But the best players in the world are serving illegal, and those are the people that a lot of young players are looking up to. And I believe that is why now so many players are serving illegally. And yeah, but as you know, I'm very active in the table tennis community, in the comment sections, etc. And I've seen a lot of people discussing this on live matches, in the chats and so on.
Read more about table tennis on my blog, PingSunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.